I'm James Hughes, and this is a presentation on psilocybin commonly found in magic mushrooms. What is psilocybin? Psilocybin is the chemical most commonly found in magic mushrooms. There are over 100 species of magic mushrooms. Their genus is known as Psilocybe. Psilocybe mexicana and Psilocybe cubanus are two examples. Psilocybe cubanus is the most common magic mushroom. Psilocybin is a prodrug to psilocin. This means that psilocybin is transformed into psilocin. Psilocybin is a Schedule I drug. This means it is deemed to have no medical properties and has the high potential for abuse. Psilocybin is a serotonergic and dopaminergic hallucinogen. This means that it binds to the dopamine and serotonin receptors of our brains. Psilocin is the main pharmacological substance in magic mushrooms. The liver breaks down psilocybin to psilocin. This is done by the enzyme alkaline phosphatase found in the liver, and it takes off the phosphate group here shown on psilocybin to form psilocin. Psilocin binds to the 5-HT2A serotonergic receptors of the brain on the cerebral cortex, prefrontal cortex, periphery, the striatum, the ventral tegmental area, and the thalamus. It's interesting to note that there's no binding affinity to the dopamine D2 receptors, despite psilocin being a classic dopaminergic hallucinogen. Psilocybin is administered orally and is eaten either fresh or dried. Dried mushrooms typically contain 0.2 to 0.5% of psilocybin. Once ingested, psilocybin's acute effects become detectable 30 to 60 minutes later. Psilocybin's hallucinogenic effects typically occur 70 to 90 minutes after ingestion. The effects of psilocybin can last anywhere from 3 to 6 hours. Desirable effects can lead to hallucinations, pleasant experiences, relaxations, and body sensations. Some undesirable effects may stimulate the autonomic nervous system and dilate pupils and increase body temperature. Psilocybin has many risks. Some common physical risks are nausea, vomiting, uncontrolled eye dilation, headaches, chills, and drowsiness. Other physical risks are stomach inflammation, burning and redness of the feet that can affect the hands, arms, ears, and face, rhabdomyolysis, which breaks down muscle tissue that releases damaging proteins to the blood, intestinal fibrosis, hypertension, hyperreflexia, liver failure, convulsions, bradycardia, and tachycardia. Some mental risks with psilocybin are bad trips, altered visual perception, lack of coordination, extreme distress, fear, heightened fright, derealization, depersonalization, panic attacks, traumatic flashbacks, paranoia, delirium, psychosis, and even schizophrenia. Psilocybin was made a Schedule I drug in 1970, which has hindered a lot of research of the drug itself. In 2004, we entered the third psychedelic renaissance, where a surplus of new research was done on drugs like psilocybin. In 2004, UCLA performed a study of advanced stage cancer treatment for pain, anxiety, and depression, yielding promising results to psilocybin. In 2006, studies were performed with cluster headaches and obsessive-compulsive disorder with promising results for psilocybin. In 2019, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration deemed psilocybin a breakout therapy for major depressive disorder. In 2022, a study with rodents showed that psilocybin had the capability to help reduce weight. Some current trends of psilocybin have led to the decriminalization and legalization of the drug. In Jamaica, most notably, there are psychedelic retreats held for people who suffer from major depressive disorder, where the drug is a treatment option. Psilocybin is reported to have the most favorable safety profile of all the psychedelic drugs, with a low physiological toxicity, a low abuse or addictive liability, and a safe psychological response. We are just now discovering the drug's benefits, but we still have much to understand before this drug can become a pharmaceutical. These were the references that were used to create this presentation. Thank you for your time.